been in a situation where you just feel overwhelmed and you just tend to procrastinate about each and everything? At least I, for one, I'm guilty when it comes to that. It's not something that we don't go through. I think majority of us here just have this problem when it comes to procrastination. We just tend to delay to do some of your tasks or your activities because you just procrastinate. So for some people who are new to this term, it just simply means the act of postponing or not doing some of our activities or tasks for one reason or another. What is your reason why you procrastinate on some things? At least my reason sometimes is just feel like I have a lot of things to do on my plate. I just feel like I can't deal with the amount of things that I have. So sometimes I procrastinate because I just feel like these things can be done in the near future or another day. But sometimes that is not the case. You're supposed to just try to finish everything, just to have a flow on what you have to do, but you don't have to procrastinate. Yeah, so what is your reason that you procrastinate? So in today's video, I'll just be sharing with you ways on how I have tried, or I'm trying to stop procrastinating on things that I really want to do for myself. Yeah, and you'll be wondering, how is this topic connected to the title of the day, why you should eat that frog? It's not a rocket science. It's not actually a frog. It just simply means what is the most important and most difficult task that you have to accomplish. Now that's the frog. That's a metaphor just we use. Yeah, so I read this interesting book 2 years ago. It's by Tracy. He actually talked about 21 ways of how to stop procrastination, and he actually mentioned that he did research on productivity and time management, and that's why he came up with these all different ways on how we can actually stop procrastinating, because it's a habit that majority of people go through. It's not only me, it's not only you, it's something that we all struggle, and these are ways of just how to keep us reminded that you can actually stop this habit. Yeah, so for those who have not read this book, I urge you guys to go and read it. It's an interesting book. I actually read it. I really got a lot. I really was encouraged, and I felt like I'm not actually alone. A lot of people go through the same thing. So if you're going through the same issue when it comes to procrastinating, please go find a copy for yourself. You can even find an online copy. It's just there, download it, and then just read. It's a very simple read. It's a book that you can actually take like a week or maybe a month for some people. So please get yourself a copy. Yeah, so in today I'm going to talk about some valuable lessons I learned myself, and I'm trying to practice them over time. It's not easy, it's not an easy journey, but every day it's a new day to learn and just really learn on things that you think can happen. Yeah, so my most valuable lesson I learned in this book is just identify that frog. So what is that frog really? Like, the frog is, as I said earlier, is the most important task or thing that you have to do, and you keep procrastinating every day. It's something that you have to achieve, but you just don't feel like it, or it's just so difficult to achieve. So what are the reasons why it's really difficult? What are the challenges that you're getting to accomplish that task? What is it that you need to do so that you can actually eat that frog? Yeah, it's very easy. Identify what is important right now that can be done, and then you will eventually do the rest that you want to achieve. Identify the ugliest and the most difficult task that you have to do, and trust me, once you've done it, you'll feel that sense of confidence that you actually could achieve this, and it's actually been done. Yeah, whether it means any goal you've set for yourself, whether you're employed, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a salesperson, whatever thing you're doing right now currently, this can be done. What is the biggest food that you have to eat right now so that you can get good results? That's the question I pose to you guys. Go reflect on what is the biggest, most challenging task that if you achieve it, you really feel confident about achieving the other goals that you need to achieve. That's my first lesson I learned, and so that's what I'm also trying to practice, just identifying what is things that must be achieved right now, but we still procrastinate. Yeah. So my second lesson I learned is about trying to plan every day early in advance. What does it mean, Gloria? It does mean that majority of time we don't seem to get organized through the day, so we have to really try to plan whatever you're going to do today early enough, like last night. Yeah, you have to really plan that day in advance. Sit down on your bed or your table after your dinner and make sure you just jot down what has to be done for the next day. Like, have a piece of paper. For some people who like to go old school, or you can have your phone, or you can have an app installed for to-do list. Make sure you prioritize what has to be done and just have it written there, so that when it comes to the next day, you know exactly where you're going to start. What is the first difficult goal that you have to achieve for that day? Yeah. So please jot down whatever has to be planned, so that your day is organized, it is well planned, it is scheduled, so that you cannot delay on some of your important things that you have to do, whether it means chasing for clients, whether it means chasing for all these customers to buy your products, whether it means and to just make sure all your allocated tasks are done in time. Go for it. It's not too late right now to just figure that out. Yeah. So another thing that you talked about was the power of self-discipline. We have to really build a muscle when it comes to discipline. Yes, procrastination is not easy. It is hard. I can tell you for a fact it is very, very difficult to keep up with all this consistency. But he really talks about and emphasizes on how we should maintain this discipline going. You just imagine about someone who likes to go to the gym. You're trying to build a muscle around your abs. Maybe if you want to tone your legs, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to do some bit of body fat, whatever you say. What is it that you're trying to be consistent on? Build a discipline around that. Have that discipline of saying, I will try again and again and again. At least try that building that consistency for at least 30 days and see what are the results that you're going to get after 30 days. Try not to lose in the middle, like try every day. If it means like maybe you want to wake up early in the morning to be consistent in what you want to achieve the next day, try it for 30 days and see how that will work for you. Yeah. Trust me, it's not easy, but you have to push and get it done as soon as you can. Yeah. So build that consistency around what you want to achieve and just eat that frog, guys. You don't have time. You don't have time. It's 2025 and it's actually February already. So you don't have time. It will actually come to December very, very soon, and you'll be like, okay, why did I achieve what I wanted to achieve? What's that goal that you really want to achieve right now, but you just keep procrastinating because you're not consistent? You're not consistent on all your plans. Tackle it right now. I'm here to remind you, eat that frog. Okay, so another lesson I learned from this book is an 80-20 rule. It's a very, very interesting rule. He actually says majority of the time we have a lot on our plate. We really have a lot on our plates. We only have 24 hours, but so many things have to be accomplished, and sometimes we just don't have the time or energy to just feel like we can do everything. Yeah. So he just emphasizes on prioritization here. What are those 20% of your activities and tasks that will drive 80% of your results? Have you thought about that? You have a to-do list, but not everything on to-do list is like the most priority one that you have to do right now, right? Sometimes if we don't have it organized, we just tend to just do randomly what kind of task you have to do, but then you realize that you miss out on those that are most important for the day. So now you have to really understand on this to-do list, what is the most important, what is the most, if I achieve right now, it will give me the greatest results right now. Just 20%. You don't have to go far. Just 20%. So the rest 80% you can actually try to see, okay, this task, can I just delegate it to somebody else to assist? Can I just do it myself maybe at a later stage? So what is it that you have to achieve then? that 20% that will give you so much enthusiasm, to give you so much joy, to give you so much confidence, to give you all this blood rushing, and you're like, I can achieve this. Yeah, so you have to really identify that 20%. Once the 20% is done, then you can actually go to the others and see how you can actually do them right. Yeah, so one other thing he talked about was the identification of the consequences. Identify that consequence or effect that happens when you don't do your tasks. What are those goals you have planned for yourself for 2025, and what happens when you do not do those tasks? That's my big question for today. What is that effect? What is that effect? So maybe you want to achieve this big thing. You're a new business owner, you want to get your market running, you want to increase your customer base. So what have you done right now, and what are you not doing right now? What's the negative consequences going to bring to your business? Have you asked yourself? Maybe you've put a target for maybe 100 customers in a week, and you procrastinate. Maybe you're only doing 30 now because you just feel like it's hard to achieve those 100. What are the consequences of not achieving 100? That means your profitability is just going to go low because you're not getting revenue. Okay, so there's so many consequences when it comes to not getting your things done right. I don't know whatever you're in right now, whether you're employed, whether you have a business, whether you have something that is going on. What is the consequence of not achieving what you have planned to achieve right now? Will it actually drain you? Will it actually have a negative impact on your life? Will you achieve what you're not supposed to achieve? What is it now? Just think about it. When you think about the negative consequence now, you'll realize it's time for me to do it now. They actually say procrastination is a thief of time. That is very true. Like, it derails a lot of things. We have to achieve this or that, but because we just feel like we have enough time, we have everything at hand, we just don't do these things. But you don't have much time. You don't have. It's really, really sad, but you don't really have this time. So please just think about what you have to achieve right now. It's February. We don't really have time. Come to 2025, end of the year, December, you'll understand that whatever you actually invested in these early years will actually determine your success in December. It will be the highlights for your month or your years and whatever. So you have to really try and do it right now. Trust me, it's work in progress, but we can do it. Don't worry, we can do it, and we'll get there soon. So if you found this video very helpful, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and just let me know what you think in the comments. If you've read this book, share with me your thoughts. If you're going to read this book, please, I urge you to read it so that you can come back and comment what has worked for you and what is not working for you, so that we can actually try to tackle this. Let's experience this so that you can actually inspire our generation. You can inspire our young people to just get things done. Yeah, in that we'll actually solve the time problem when it comes to time management and it comes to productivity. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you.